I get the awesome privilege of sharing Xperiencify's new challenge templates with you. And I think you're going to be so excited because we all love that challenge format as a way to get new leads into our business, experiencing our work, and then giving them the opportunity to purchase another more comprehensive solution from us after they've had a 5 or 10-day experience with transformational change based on our methodology. So let me give you a quick look at what that is going to be as an experience for your new students by looking at the front side of the challenge. This is what your students will see, and you can modify all of this, but this is just to give you a good idea. So we are very intentionally time bound in a 5 or 10-day challenge. So you will reset this timer so that they can see there's a limited amount of time with which to get things done. Here are some of the different things they can access through this. I'll come back to that in just a minute. And so we're going to start off the whole experience with a nice welcome video from you. Welcome message up here, a little bit of information on how it works to check back every day for the challenge. You can keep this text or you can blow it out and use your own. If you're just getting started, if you're newer to challenges, it'll just make your life that much easier not to have to get original and creative with all the text in all the places. So you can also hook this up to a mission accomplished. So if you've got something that they can check off as being done by the end of the 5 days, definitely use this mission accomplished button to trigger a celebration and an email to them. I will show those to you later. There are lots of little surprises in these templates. Okay, so moving on, one of the things we think is super important in the Xperiencify methodology is to have some pre-actions. And aside from getting a few things done, these let people know that we are here to do things. That we're done, got some points. If your people like points, then they might be a little excited about that. If not, maybe they're people that just like to check things off and know that they're done. So in any case, whatever kind of person your student is, they can feel like they're making progress. And just in case you're wondering, you can modify or turn off the sound. So if cha-ching isn't your thing, there's kind of an ohm sound, or you can have no sound at all. Alrighty, so at the bottom of all that, we show the next available training, and these are going to show 1 day at a time. For most people, you don't want them to see what's further on down the line, but let's go ahead and take a look at what day 1 looks like. So this will be your video. You could also replace it with text, but video is of course very engaging. You're going to let them know what they're going to achieve during the day, and then you might let them know a little bit down here about the content of the video. The whole point is to get them to click in and actually commit to watching the video. So as we said, we're all about taking action. So we are very specific and intentional after the video of what we want people to do. So of course we want them to watch the video. Yay. And then we can have them do the actual work for that day and earn a badge that goes with that they will accumulate in their student area. So this can display the next day's training when it becomes available, and then they move on to the next day. So that's from the student perspective what it looks like. I will mention up here, all trainings, once all the trainings have been released, students can go back and take a look at them here. And then you're going to be able to decide how long they're going to have access to. This is actually set up to revoke the training at the end of the program. And there's a couple of things that you can do about that. You can add a cost to keep all of the trainings if you think they're super valuable. That's kind of a nice way to make money, even if it was a free challenge. If you have live sessions, you can park them here. The replays for those live sessions, you'll just take your video clip and add them right in there. And there is a forum that you can use to have students talk to one another, meet one another, share aha moments, any of those things. Or you can take all of these out of the top navigation if you'd like. But let's pop back over to the front side. So you as the course builder are going to be over here in the courses. See on the left, we have all these different areas that you could be in. This is courses. We're going to start with the 5-day challenge template. You're just going to come in here, pop in your name, make sure the URL looks good to you, your course image, your description. That should be probably your easiest 5 minutes, unless you're hung up on the name or the title of your challenge, which I hope you just kind of pick something and go with it. Payment options, most 5-day challenges are free. When they get a little longer, like the 10-day challenge, you might charge a nominal amount. Some people feel like that really helps to get people invested, that you might kind of weed out some of the freebie seekers, even if there is a nominal charge on that. That is, of course, up to you. And as I mentioned, a lot of people do like to create a VIP version. Probably the easiest way to do that is to duplicate this course over here, make the VIP, stick the VIP name onto the duplicated version and put a cost on it and ship people over there. That's one way to do it. But let's move on to your course content. So you are going to come up with 5 days of content. Some people will do live for 5 days. That's completely up to you too. Or you could do pre-recorded. And this is what each day is going to look like for you to set up. You're going to need to give it a name, a blurb, tell people about it. You're going to link to a video or upload your video file. Xperiencify does come with free video hosting. And if you've checked out plans elsewhere, that is a really nice benefit to not have to pay additional fees for video hosting. The release timing, I'm going to show you a little bit later why it's called leave locked. That is so when you run your challenge, you can trigger everything and have it run off of some automations, which is going to be kind of fancy and easy for you, especially if you want to rerun it. Actions and points, you saw this on the front side. This is watch the video, earn today's badge. If those don't work for you, you can certainly change them out. And then download. So if you have some files, some resources that go with your day's training, say you have a workshop, say you have transcripts, say you have some other little piece that you want them to be able to work on, then you can add those right there in these file formats. Okay, so you just do the same thing for each of the 5 days. If you're in the 10-day challenge, you have the 10 days, but let's go ahead and we're just going to peek at some of the pages and how you use the page builder. But if in the interest of time, I'm going to have to just kind of go through pretty quickly. So let's take this block because it's got quite a bit going on. So if you go into the edit content, go into the column, each of these different elements you can go into and change. And we'll point out these curly brackets here. This is what's called a token. So anything that's inside those curly brackets is actually a piece of information that comes from somewhere else. So the course name is going to be whatever you put in step 1 for the course name. When we're over here with the student's name, it's going to pull from the student name and so forth. This would be where you add your thumbnail and your video. You can change all of these different things. So in the text, for instance, when you click on the little gear, you can change the font, the size, the line height, the spacing, all of those things. And then you're just going to come back over here and close it and come to the next section. So these are configured with some things you might like. You can change them. This is configured to show only one training at a time. So show next available trainings how many you won, because that's what most people will want for a challenge. And then this block is really fun. This is for you to introduce the offer that you're going to make at the end of the challenge. If you want to save that for later, just save it to the library then delete the block that's right here. Later, you'll be able to pull it out from the library, throw it back on the page, and that'll go really quickly for you. So just really quickly, I'll show you, you've got some different pages that you can change up in here. You're going to make the brand, everything look like you. So you've got all trainings, single trainings. You've also got all replays, single replays. If you want to use bonuses, you can certainly pop those in too. You would need to alter your navigation bar up at the top to add some bonuses too. Those are all things you learn as you are going through the page builder. They're not really specifically pertinent to challenges, but one thing I do want to show you, because this is fun and you wouldn't see it unless I showed it to you. So we have kind of really gone a little wild with the order form page so that you have a full sales page out of it. Now, if you have a robust business, if you have a website, if you have lead pages, if you have other carts, if you have lots of things, then you might want to use those pages instead. But if this is your first challenge or you just want to keep things really simple, this is set up as a sales page for you. Just go ahead and modify what it's about, what is included, how it works, about you, the teacher. This is the part where they sign up. There's a spot for testimonials and a spot for FAQs. And then you have a sales page. And when you finish that and you have a paid Xperiencify account, then you can just send that link out to people. And it's super simple. They have a place to learn more about your challenge and sign up in one step. I will mention down on the bottom here, the footer has by default space for your website, because this is assuming people are still new to you. They might want to go back to your website and check out more of your other offers. Your terms and conditions and privacy policy, those are legally required in some areas and they're just a best practice in others. So, okay, that is all we're going to do for the page builder right now, because we have some more exciting sections to show you. And those are in step 5, the secret sauce. Alrighty, so we have a lot of celebrations tied to the challenge. And first is on entering the course or challenge, they get to see this, customized with their name. And then as they log in each day, as they earn a badge each day, there is a neat little celebration tied to that. So those are all the badges. There's also one for mission accomplished. So if they do everything in the course, there's another one. You can modify any of those or you can leave them just as is, because you've got a lot of other details to be thinking about. Okay, so what happens when they log in? They get a student welcome email. Now, because the time that they sign up for your course could have zero relationship to the time that it actually starts, this one is not tied to anything else. It's just set to go out when they enroll. And you'll want to come in here and tell them what to expect on the different days and why it's going to be exciting. And if there's any prizes, all of that copy has already been pre-created for you, and you just kind of fill in some blanks and then add your support email and so forth. Magic link is how they'll get into the course. So that is all ready for you. Update it, make sure they're turned on. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to allow you to give a tag to everyone in your course that says it's going to start in a day. And when that happens, it's going to wait a day and then it's going to send your day 1 email. Each of these emails has been pre-written for you. You can just pop in the details and be done. That is such a huge time saver. So you're going to be able to focus more on creating your content than doing all of the communication with your students about what's going to be happening, because the communication is super important as well as your content, because each day is what's going to remind them that they are going to log in and learn from you. All right, so that happens each day for 5 days. Then there is a rest day. They get an email saying it's catch-up day. It has a recap, and then it tells them that it's not too late if they need to finish up anything that they haven't done already, that it's fine. And then there's one, this template is set up to revoke access on the last day. So you do need to let people know that. And then you can tell them what the next offer is, or if there's a way for them to keep the content, earn the content, however you want to do that. So that's a lot of automations and emails that are already programmed for you. And this is the one that suspends them from the course. So as soon as they had that tag that says workshop starts in a day, it also triggers this automation, wait 7 days, and then suspend them from the course. Okay, so the last thing that we have in all of our little automations is a badge for each day. So when they clicked that second automation, it would trigger this badge. They can collect the badge for all 5 days and have bragging rights with any other students in your course. So that is the big overview of the 5-day challenge template. Let's go quickly into the 10-day challenge template and show you how it's different. Essentially, they are the same thing, except that in your modules and trainings area, you have 2 weeks. This is set up to go 5 days of content, a weekend off, another 5 days of content, a catch-up day, and then it's all over. So this would be a much more substantial thing, more likely to be selling something that is more at like the $1,000 or $2,000 price point if you're giving away this much free content, or a paid challenge where they definitely have to get something of an investment in order to get this much teaching from you. But let's look at the secret sauce in here. So we again have badges for each day. There are just 10 of them. The same thing about emails going out each day for the 2 weeks, tags for badges. Essentially, they are the exact same thing, except one is longer and has more content that way. So I hope you can appreciate how much easier this is going to make your life to have so much of the template customized, the emails, the communications, the badges, the experiences, the celebrations are all done for you. And we really hope this allows you to just focus on what you do, which is creating great content. Hope you have amazing success creating a challenge. And if you do, be sure and drop us an email and let us know.